think about your life and truly prepare for the best outcome. Get so down to the detail of how you want to feel in the future. You are the only person who knows what your truth is, and do not allow other people to mold that into whatever they believe you are. Don't put yourself in that box. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to be pushed into certain boxes, and you will believe that you need to make your life and you have to build your life within those circumstances. But none of those circumstances were meant to stay. None of those circumstances were meant to stick with you. Whether or not you want to hear it, every single thing that you do in this life is a conscious decision. You have to wrap your mind around the concepts of life that fulfill you. The last thing that you want to do is to pour so much of your time and your energy and your love into something that only makes your light more dim. I've spent so much of my life pouring into other people and caring so much about how people perceived me. And within doing that, I left absolutely no space for me to truly exist. And that goes into so many situations, like people pleasing. In life, the last thing that you want to do is to please every single person. If you were to please every single person you run into, I think that there is something wrong. You want to leave people unhappy sometimes. If every single person you run into is, mad at you, or they're just unhappy with who you are as a person, so be it. You can't please every single person. I've, ran into so many people who, had different beliefs than I did. And I never forced anything upon people, though their perceptions of me were mixed around, and they seemed to think I was this sort of person, and I wasn't. And I think we all get that a lot of the times, is you think I'm this and you think I'm that, but I'm none of those things. So the more that you pour your energy into the beliefs of what people think you are, you start losing who you truly are. I've tried so many times to help people or to appeal better to other people. And within doing that, you lose your sense of reality and you lose the whole meaning of life. When you are so fixated on how to live life perfectly, you forget how to live your life the way that you are supposed to be living it. And that's really hard. So I think within me making this video, I really wanted to talk about envisioning your life and preparing for the life that you desire, and really getting comfortable within the ups and downs of life. There was this one study that I had remembered, but it's basically the study of how our emotions are. And let's say you're in a breakup, right? And you're at your lowest of lows. But inevitably, our energy gets back right at a neutral energy. Or let's say you just had a birthday party and it was the best birthday party ever, and you were at extreme happy energy, and then it sort of, dims down, but it also gets back to a neutral state. So, within saying that, you are going to constantly be in situations where your energy is going to be up and down, but it's within you figuring out how to find that neutral energy in your life. So within doing that, you have to understand what are some things in your life that you truly enjoy without having to do the most. And for me, that was personally just communicating. Communicating is like my favorite thing. And despite anything in life, like that's the one thing that I can do with ease. I know that's very hard for some people to say. Some people are very, very different. But I believe like the best thing that you can do for yourself is to get a journal and write down the visions that you have for your life. And sometimes people believe that is too hard. But the best tool that you can actually have is, visioning what you desire. And the biggest thing that I say a lot of people mistake is, getting so clear on a vision to the point where every single other opportunity that comes to you, you almost repel it because you believe, no, like my vision is this and it cannot be anything else. But in life, you want to be so open-minded to so many different circumstances or so many different opportunities because trust me, I have a 10-year plan. I have everything navigated in my mind, right? There are certain things that I want to achieve. There are certain things that I want to feel. But I do not limit what the universe can bring to me. And that is a big thing. You have to allow things to happen behind the scenes in the ways that it's supposed to. And that's honestly the biggest tools that you can, be given in this life is, envisioning what you want, but leaving space for other opportunities to meet you. I feel there's been so many times where I've tried to manifest something and I either gave that manifestation a deadline or a certain way that it should play out. And within doing that, you leave feeling depleted because it doesn't work out in the way that you want it to. Because when you add limitations to your life, you aren't able to experience things in different ways. And another way of saying this is despite whatever path that you go down, I don't believe anything is terrible. Nothing that you go down, not a single terrible path that you go down is for the worst. It's for the best. You have to optimize those situations and those opportunities that you have been given. We sometimes put situations in our life and bury it beneath our feelings, and we keep it forever. And we start using that as a reason to hate life for itself and for what life has been and in general. But life is filled with so many deep meanings, and the more that you are open to understanding what those meanings could be, the more you get to navigate through life. But within me saying that, I truly, truly, truly believe every single path that you go down, it will always lead you to where you need to be. There are some things and some destinations that you will be at and you will feel as if it is the lowest of the lows. But I promise you, those certain situations will truly put you where you need to be and will give you almost, I don't know, it'll leave you space to build on it. And that sounds a bit confusing. For me, my whole life, I've been bullied. I've been, truly just harassed and I've been felt so uncomfortable with life itself. And did I ever use that against myself and against my purpose and everything? No. I'm not going to use that and, like tell myself that that's why I'm not where I need to be. Like, no. I have really recognized, there goes my light. Hold on. But yes, I've truly recognized that in so many different situations in life, you are going to be faced with some difficult situation. And none of those situations should be used to make you feel worse about yourself. I've been told so many different things about myself, right? But no one truly knew me. And the more that you get to know yourself, the more you can brush off every single thing someone says about you, because none of those things are important. None of those things are the truth. You are the only person who knows what your truth is, and do not allow other people to mold that into whatever they believe you are. Don't put yourself in that box. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to be pushed into certain boxes, and you will believe that you need to make your life, and you have to build your life within those circumstances. But none of those circumstances were meant to stay. None of those circumstances were meant to stick with you. I feel I've seen a lot of people be put in certain situations and believe that is all they get to experience in this life. And, learning psychology has been like a, amazing blessing, but also like one of the worst things that I've ever learned. Like, being put through that course and understanding all of those different techniques of understanding people and the way that they think and the way that they move about life, it's honestly scary, because like you'll be in events and weddings and around other people, and you'll recognize people are, moving about life with, hard egos, and they believe life should be a certain way. And some people also believe like their life is terrible, and they start living with this story that they think they're bound with, you know what I mean? And they don't ever try to create a life with purpose and with more meaning. But when I say it is so important to think about your life and truly prepare for the best outcome, you start creating the most beautiful life for yourself. And I'm telling you, get so like down to the detail of how you want to feel in the future, how you want to experience things in your life. Because I've manifested like I'm sitting here in my room and I'm, noticing every single thing around me, but it's crazy because my life has shifted. It's like changed, like a full 180. I have seen so many miracles happen in my life and people around me because they believed that, the circumstances that they've been given, that wasn't the only thing that they can work upon. They believed that they deserved more. And within telling yourself, I deserve more, I deserve a great life, you start building such a beautiful life. It's crazy to me because I'll pour my energy into just experiencing life itself and just feeling at pure bliss in some of the most scariest moments of my life. Moments where I felt like I was at the lowest of the lows. And I told myself, as long as I can stick to this pure bliss energy and I can stay happy, I truly created the life that I'm existing in right now. Like, I could be in, okay, my light's fully off, but I could be in so many different positions in life right now. And when I tell you it is so important for you to envision the life that you want, I mean it. Because your life can literally change in a matter of like a month, a week. Just if you believe everything is working for you and not against you. I'm going to leave that there because my light just turned off. So